Hello everyone, my name is Miss Jenna with the Louisville Public Library. I am so excited to be doing story times with you online every Friday at 10:30. Each week we will be reading awesome books together and we'll also be doing a craft. You can pick up your craft on that Friday right inside the main library doors. It will be in a brown paper bag. Also, while you're at the library, don't forget to pick up a literacy building calendar. It's filled with awesome ideas to keep you busy. Let's get started. Hello Storytime friends, and happy Halloween. I'm so glad you could join me today for Storytime. Before we get started, let's talk about the letter we learned about last week. Letter F. And do you remember what sound F makes? That's right, kind of hard to hear at home, I'm sure, but I bet you all know how to do it. All right, does anyone know what comes after letter F? That's right, letter G. Here's an uppercase G and a lowercase g. And anyone guess what sound G makes? That's right, G, G, G. Good. Well, today, we are going to talk about something that starts with G in honor of Halloween. We are going to read a book about a friendly ghost. G is for ghost. Our first book is Say Boo. It was written by Linda Graham Barber and illustrated by Barbara Lehman. It was published by the Candlewick Press. Say Boo. Ben watched his brothers and sisters swoop through the cave, shrieking and howling, but he didn't join them. All week long, Ben had stood in front of the mirror, puckering his lips. As hard as he tried, the little ghost couldn't say boo. Who's ever heard of a ghost who can't say boo, he thought. With a whoosh, Ben's brother Boris landed beside him. Come on, Ben, he said. Tonight's Halloween, and you haven't even scared anyone yet. I know, Ben said with a sigh. Sadly, Ben flew far into the forest where no one would hear him practice. He sat in a tree, took a deep breath, and puckered his lips. Woo! Ben's voice bounced off the tall pine trees. Woo, woo, yourself, said a high, clear voice. Ben looked up and saw a large owl sitting on a branch. Owls say woo, said the owl. You're supposed to say boo. I know, Ben said, and he flew out of the forest and into a meadow where he tried again. Ben took a deep breath, puffed up his chest, and puckered his lips. Moo, he bellowed. Moo, moo yourself, said a low, deep voice. Peering at Ben through the lush green grass was a cow. Cows say moo, it said. You're supposed to say boo. I know, Ben said. I'll never be a scary Halloween ghost, he thought. Ben flew off and came to a long stone bridge. There he stopped, took his deepest breath ever, and puckered his lips. Coo, he wailed. Coo, coo, yourself, came a soft, sweet voice. A bird in a nest under the bridge ruffled its feathers and said, Doves say coo, you're supposed to say boo. It's no use, Ben said, and began to cry. Ben flew back to the forest crying. Suddenly, a brown bat swooped down and landed on his shoulder. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, the bat mocked. What's this, a scary ghost crying on Halloween? Boo-hoo yourself, Ben mumbled. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo. Hey, I said boo, he shouted. Boo, boo, boo. Eek! squeaked the bat, and he flew off trembling. Boo! Boo! scaredy bat, Ben shouted after him. That Halloween night, when Ben joined Boris and all the other ghosts, his boo was the scariest of all. The end. All right, well, for our craft today, we are going to make a ghost of our own for you to display in your home. Let's get started. All right, friends. Well, when you get your grab bag from the library, you will have a printout of a ghost and a bunch of cotton balls. Our craft is really simple and fun. All you're going to need from home is a glue stick, and you are going to cover your ghost in cotton balls to make it white like the ghost in our book. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna put some glue on my ghost. Kind of spread out my cotton balls here. All right, and when you're all done, it should look something like this. All right, I hope you can display that in your house for Halloween. Next, we are going to go over some Halloween safety tips for when you go trick-or-treating. All right, because we want you all to be safe. So our first safety tip is if your trick-or-treat is at night, try and take a flashlight with you. Number 2, always stay with an adult. Number 3, walk on sidewalks when possible. 4, look both ways before crossing the street if you have to. Number 5, use walking feet from house to house. Don't run. You might trip over your costume. And the last safety tip, make sure to check your goodies before you eat them. Make sure none of them were already opened. You'll also get a copy of these safety tips in your grab bag. All right, let's get on to our next book. All right, friends, our last book for today is called Just Say Boo, kind of like the little ghost was trying to do. It was written by Susan Hood and illustrated by Jen Henry, and it was published by HarperCollins Publishers. Just Say Boo. If the ghosts in the trees wibble wobble your knees, what do you say? Boo! If a yip and a yowl make you shiver and scowl, what do you say? Boo! If the wind whirls and whines as it whips through the pines, what do you say? Boo! If wet, shriveled leaves try to tug on your sleeves, what do you say? Ew! If a flickering grin gets under your skin, what do you say? Boo! If a skeleton groans as she rattles her bones, what do you say? Boo! And what else? Trick or treat! And what else? Thank you. Now, if faint footsteps fall by your neighbor's stone wall, what do you say? Boo! If a smug, ugly bug tries to give Mom a hug, what do you say? Boo! If 3 dinosaurs roar when you open your door, what do you say? Boo, boo, boo! But if the little one cries, please help dry his eyes and teach him to just say boo! All right, that was a fun book. All right, friends, have a safe and happy Halloween. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining me for story time today. I hope you had as much fun as I did. Please have the adult in your home leave us a comment and tell us how many individuals were watching with you today. It truly helps the library. Until next time, let's spread kindness wherever we go. Have a great week, everyone.